You force yourself to just go fucking do it. Fundamentals are the thing that are missing from most pickup coaches and dating coaches. You're short, I'm short, motherfucker, right? You're not gonna be this Tai Chi master who just touches him on the fucking eye and he just explodes. I made a horrible sin of fashion when I was younger and I'll never forget it. Hey guys, Hector Castillo Poppy from girlschase.com. Today I want to discuss if you're getting rejected a fuck ton, a lot, what do you do? Now, this video is very specifically targeted towards, you know, the buzzword of the fucking year, incels, virgins, but I'm not talking like guys who like, you know, can date girls, but maybe they're too nice or this. No, I'm talking about you're really fucking struggling. Like, you're really having trouble even getting a phone number. You approach 100 girls and you get rejected 100 times. Now, it's not often that you find this situation, but it does happen. And I've had some people who encounter this for various reasons. Now, there's two main causes. One, it's your fundamentals, and that's usually the cause. And two, you're really fucked up in the head. Something is really going on with you, and even if you look normal on the outside, there's something about your facial expressions, body language. You can just tell when people are like, you get some weird sense. They just, usually with men, in this case, it's anger. And it's unresolved anger towards women. This is not an easily solved thing. And it can come from all sorts of places that may not even be your fault. An abusive mother, an absent mother, bullied by women all your life, cheated on with your first girlfriend, with your best friend. Well, that might be your fault to some extent. Not all of it, but to some extent. And I'm sorry that you're in pain, and I understand. To an extent. I've definitely had moments of extreme anger towards women, but my love for women and my obsession for them has always overshadowed it. Luckily, because I did have a very loving mother, and she was kind of the archetype of how beautiful I can see a woman act. But don't get me wrong, I've been very, very angry with women, and I've had moments of almost bitterness, but I pushed through. So with regards to your mental problem, and you were just fuming with anger at women, most of it comes from entitlement, because the simple fact is that you don't deserve anything. No woman has to date you. No woman has to like you. You have to have something worth liking, whether it's a sense of humor, you're in good shape, you dress well, you got a big dick, the way you smile just has so much charm and love in it. There's something gotta be about you. You don't have to have the whole package, okay? But it does help if you work on some shit. So, I'm going to avoid philosophizing and proselytizing and pontificating and soapboxing so that you can somehow have some realization about women that's totally gonna let go of all your anger, because I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm more of an action over words guy, even though I talk way too much. I believe that you will solve your traumas by exposure. I'm not a licensed psychiatrist or a therapist, and so if you really think that you're fucked up in the head, I suggest you go to them and you deal with that. But I'm a believer that if you just start taking action, right action, you're going to see results. So I suggest you take a very good look at yourself. And if it is that mental thing, what you need to do is you need to learn to kind of hide it with your fundamentals. So I'm mad and angry and bitter about women for X reason. Okay. Hi, I think you're really pretty and I wanted to come say hi. You force yourself to just go fucking do it, okay? Then, while you're doing that, I'm not saying you fake it till you make it. That's not what's happening. What I'm going to do is eventually you're going to succeed, and then your good experiences are going to overshadow your negative experiences, because you can never fully resolve the negative experiences that always be there. What you have to do is accept that they happened and then see that there are alternatives to that pain and suffering, like success and sex and love and relationships and etc. So what you must do is fix your fundamentals. Fundamentals are the thing that are missing from most pickup coaches and dating coaches. And that's probably because of an over compensation for because most of the guys who are in the pickup community maybe weren't so successful with women when they were younger, and maybe are not the best looking guys, not most put together, tall, ripped, etc. And so they, in an effort to prove that you don't need those things to get women, focused completely on verbal game and process game and running the girl through a certain process. I'm not saying like lines and shit, but I mean just a general way of approaching women that eventually, if you do it 1,000 times, it's gonna hit, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but you are fighting from a huge disadvantage. I would liken it to learning how to fight and having very good technique, but you never lift a weight and you never actually go hard in the gym. You just kind of have technique. For you to throw a punch that is going to be effective, you need to get your technique down. But if you actually pay attention to most of the professional fighters, most of the strikes that are coming out of them, unless you're dealing with the more elite boxers in the MMA, their striking is not always perfect. Sometimes it's gonna come at a weird angle because of they can't do a perfect cross. The guy's or a hook, because the guy's too close. So they kind of have to shorten it and T-Rex it. But they have the fucking power and muscle memory and athleticism and knowledge of where it needs to go on his fucking chin to knock that motherfucker out, right? So you still need to go to the gym, right? You're not gonna be this Tai Chi master who just touches him on the fucking eye and he just explodes. That's not how it fucking works, okay? People are constantly showing how fake those martial arts are when you actually put it up against a guy who just knows how to fucking throw a punch, okay? So, I'm telling you to go to the gym and get strong so that your techniques and your verbal game actually have effect and they land. Because if you walk up to a woman and it looks like you don't even know how to brush your fucking teeth and put on the most basic outfit with the most rudimentary of fashion understanding, like if you're wearing stripes with fucking I remember I made a horrible sin of fashion when I was younger, and I'll never forget it. I showed up to a club and I was wearing a striped shirt with patterned pants, and these girls just looked at me. They're like, "Don't wear patterns with stripes. It doesn't fucking." And it looked like I was a what's that game where you put your hand here and your leg here, and you spin the wheel. I played it tons of times as a kid. It doesn't make any sense. You're kind of doing this. So what I need you to do is have your game and your not just your looks, right? Because it doesn't matter if you were born with heavy acne, a weird jawline, you're short. I'm short, motherfucker. Most of that can either be fixed or overcompensated with. I mean, you can't change your dick size and you can't change your face and you can't change your height. But you can change your body shape by getting in shape. You can change how that body shape is accentuated by your fashion, and your fashion in and of itself can also have attractive qualities. You can gain money, which will give you confidence and freedom to buy nice clothes or have the freedom to do whatever you want, and then I'll give you the self-confidence that'll kind of help with your game. It's not an end-all solution, right? You still have to learn game, but when you're dealing with guys who are really getting rejected hard, it's usually their fundamentals or really intense trauma, and girls can just see that there's something super creepy and weird going on with this guy. So, I've talked about it before and I'll talk about it again. Get your fashion together. Learn how to groom yourself. Learn how to get a haircut that is stylish. Just go to a fucking stylist and say, look, give me something that's sexy. And even if you're not comfortable with it, try it. You know, when I first did an undercut, I was a little bit nervous, but then I did it, I was like, oh wow, it looks great. When I'd never dyed my hair before, and I dyed my hair last year and I was so nervous, and I did it, I was like, oh, you know, I could go without it, but it actually looks kind of cool and it's different. And so I added a new small change to my fundamentals. Now, you don't need to have blonde, white highlights or hair dye, whatever, but who knows, that one change, maybe you got an earring, maybe you got a tattoo. Of course, be careful with permanent alterations to your body, but maybe you change your hair. That could be the one thing that this girl that you think is really cute finds really interesting about you. Oh, you know what? I kind of did. Maybe she has a thing for that, right? So stack the odds in your favor. Then when it comes time to do game, then you're going to get in the door. Fundamentals gets you in the door. And a lot of times it can get you laid. A lot of guys that I know who get laid a lot, some of them just have really, really good fundamentals. They have game too though, so don't get it wrong. But those fundamentals help them get in the door, right? So do whatever you need to do. Fix your diet, work out, start studying just basic men's fashion. Work on your voice, right? Learn how to make it sexy. I have a video on having a sexy voice. And actually today we're gonna film another video about having a sexy voice. You can learn how sexy guys use their eyes to communicate and their bodies. You need to see game as more than just a verbal thing, because there's a lot of snake oil salesmen and a lot of guys who maybe have seen success even. They're not even selling you snake oil. They've seen success, but they're way underperforming. I don't want to name any names, but I've definitely seen some guys in the industry. I'm like, dude, if you just fucking got in a little bit of shape, fixed your fashion, fixed your fucking hair, put some moisturizer on your face, just basic shit, you wouldn't need to be so fucking complicated and like doctoral level thesis with your game mechanics. I'm like, dude, just fucking take a shower and you'd be fine, right? They say his hair is greasy. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing, right? So get your shit in order, your fundamentals. It'll get you in the door, then that's what game gets you. But even then, if a girl just really is attracted to you, your game isn't gonna matter that much. You mostly just have to not fuck it up rather than convince her to get with you, right? So, get your fundamentals together. Then once you have your fundamentals together, then start working on your process. And we have an amazing process for you. On this channel, we have, I don't know, it's close to 400 videos now. So like, subscribe, ring the bell. But if you want a very, very streamlined, easy process in one course, we have something called One Date for you. It'll teach you the complete process from start to finish. Saying hi to saying goodbye after she gets dick down, filled with your cum, and then booted out the door. I'm just kidding, don't do that. Maybe you wanna make her a girlfriend. We also teach you how to do that in One Date as well. We teach you how to build the foundation for a great relationship, which involves fucking her as quickly as you can, and then also how to treat her after sex, and how to stay in contact with her, and then develop that into a relationship. So check out One Date in the description below for a very simple, easy to execute, clear, not bullshit. We're not promising you that you're gonna say this and all of a sudden 10 girls are waiting at your door on their knees to suck your dick. That's not real, right? There's very few guys who can pull that off, and it's much more than having just a process. You have a lot of work to get there, right? But if you want a girlfriend, if you want to get laid, if you want a fuck buddy, if you just want to kiss a woman, if you just want so much as a phone number or just one fucking date because you haven't had one in months, right? Then One Date is for you. It works for any girl, anywhere, anytime. It's not fancy lines you have to memorize. It's just an understanding of how attraction works, and then how to see the attraction in her, and then also how to discover more attraction through conversation. It's not like you're, ooh, be attracted to me. No, you're just paying attention to signs of her body language and what she says, and then how to react to those. And you're not faking it. You're not putting up a fake personality, right? We're just showing our best self. We're marketing ourselves well. It's not lying, it's just marketing. And it's understanding who your customer is and who is buying your dick, which is the woman you're going on a date with. Because to some extent, you do have to sell it. You do have to sell yourself. And you want to sell yourself well, with knowledge of how women work and how you should comport yourself with your body, with your words, and with your mind. And One Date gives you a very simple process to follow in order to get from start to finish, from saying hi to saying bye. Cool. Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlschase.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to check out One Date, like, subscribe, ring the bell, follow me on Instagram, and also go fuck yourself. If you're an incel, can you fuck yourself? Does that make you an incel still? No, you're not an incel if you fuck yourself.